Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning. Happy Friday. For us here, it is the start of Christmas vacation for all the kids in school. My kid could not be more excited. But this just means we have to feed her 2 extra times a day. Just kidding. Good morning. Happy Friday. It is December 19th. I don't know what day it is. It's fine. And we're going to talk about some crazy comments that apparently James Gunn made this summer that I completely missed. Batman boring? Are you kidding me? Do we need any more proof that this man does not read comic books, does not care about comic books or comic book characters or what comic book fans think about comic book characters? Survey says no, we do not need more evidence. And we're going to get to that in a momento. Of course, as always, we have a couple of little headlines that we like to get through. Our aperitif, amuse-bouche, our appetizer topics before we get to our main course meal for the day. And of course, it's our last live stream for the week. We have our weekend coming. News. I will be here Monday next week for your daily dose of dork. I unfortunately will not actually be here Tuesday because I have a doctor's appointment. I tried to get out of it, but I'm not allowed to. So Monday will actually be my final live stream for the Christmas season, for the year, actually. I'll think about that. Pardon me. Also, I'm still like 200 hours away. 200 hours away from the big giveaway. 3 of you will each win a game from Cards Against Humanity, and 1 of you will win a custom designed comics and hoodie if you so desire. But that's what I'm giving away. So keep your playlists going. Keep commenting. I see those comments. Thank you very much. But that is how YouTube allows me to randomly select a subscriber. So, anywho, also, tonight, you can catch me on Dreaming Tabitha's channel for Art Party. I haven't gotten to do it in a long time, aka I haven't allowed my friend Tabitha to torment me willingly in some time. So basically, Art Party is a game where several of us get together, mostly cartoonists or sketchers, painters, traditional type artists. Okay. And then there's me, the makeup special effects artist. And there's always a theme. And then there is dice involved. And with this theme and this dice, random categories, roll it, and a random character, all of that aesthetic is chosen, and we have to come up with it on the fly, which means I have just about an hour to put together a special effects look from something I've just been told right then and there. So I have to bring my entire kit over and try to whip it up right then and there. And then everyone's favorite part seems to be going to show Dave afterwards and getting his reaction. So we'll be doing that tonight. Fun. Also, Monday, I'll be on Latino Slant for our Christmas party. Feliz Navidad to everyone who celebrates. Also, Happy Hanukkah to everyone out there. I can't remember what night. Okay, so Monday was. It's the 5th day. The 5th day of Hanukkah. 5th night of Hanukkah. So to all of you out there. Happy Hanukkah. Anywho, let's yell good morning to the chat. Make sure you've hit like, you've subscribed if you are new, and ring that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. We are over 15,000 subscribers now. Like almost 15,200. It's absolutely crazy to me. Like wild. There's so many of you, and yet only 40 of you have clicked and watched the Star Trek eulogy I made that unfortunately didn't get showed on film. Fine. I'm fine. I'm not bitter. I'm okay. It's okay. I'm fine. Anywho, it's time to yell good morning to everyone. Remember, members and super chats, super stickers, super things, super appreciate it. Get their good mornings first because it's only fair. It's only fair. So let's yell good morning. There are no members in the chat yet. Look at that. That's fine. You know how they like to trickle in. Buenos dias, Fernando. Good morning, Pei. Good morning, Maria. And yes, Fernando, how dare Mr. Gunn insult our beloved Batman? He is one of the most famous, popular, recognizable superheroes all over the world for all frigging time. How can you say this man is boring? Oh, there he is. Good morning, DL. And good morning, Ensign DL, member of the Channer. Words are heard. Good morning, Ensign deranged lunatic. Ensign in the nerdling army. I forgot we're doing this. Look, it's been a 24 hours, let me tell you. The last 24 hours have been a roller coaster at the Comic Say at Home. Good morning, Jesus' goat. How are you? Welcome. Since people are trickling in, just to remind everyone, you can find me this evening on Dreaming Tabitha's channel for Art Party. Gonna be a good time. It always is when she tortures me. It's okay. I love her. She's one of my best friends. Love her so much. Good morning, Loki. Ensign Loki, member of the channel. 90% of your headlines this year had the words James Gunn says in them. LOL. I can't help it. He says stupid shit, man. And then I gotta talk about it and tell people the stupid shit he said. Okay? If he didn't say so much stupid shit, then I wouldn't have 90% headlines that say James Gunn says, Maria, how long does it take for a makeup session with talent on set? That really depends. It depends on if it's beauty, if it's special effects, and how grandiose it is. Loki says, I'm not making fun of you, just that he yaps so much. Facts. Okay, for those who have trickled in, just a reminder, I'm going to be on Dreaming Tabitha tonight, on Dreaming Tabitha's channel for Art Party. Monday, I am going to be on the Latino Slant for the Christmas party, Feliz Navidad. And Monday will also be my final live stream for the year before I go on Christmas break, because I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday the 23rd, and I tried to get out of it, but my taskmaster told me that I'm not allowed to get out of that doctor's appointment. He's lucky he's so good looking. Anywho. Jesus' goat. Who do you think says more stupid stuff, Gunn or Trump? Boy, that's a toss-up. That is a toss-up. All right, guys, let's dive in to some headlines or moose boosh before we get into our main topic of the stupid shit Trump. See what you've done there? The stupid shit that Gunn has said this time. And just a reminder, I found the article. It came from Rolling Stone in July, but the article I'm going to be reading from was written by Marvin Montero, apparently friend of the channel. Thank you so much, Marvin, over at Geeks and Gamers. So there you have that. Good morning, methinks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, Gil Beggar. Good morning, welcome. Hope you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. But anywho, let's get into these headlines. And did not mean to remove that. There we go. Oh, itchy. Did I just scratch off? No, I didn't. Okay. Pay no attention to the woman on screen. Okay. So I don't understand this. Maybe it's because I am as old as I am. Maybe it's my age. But I don't understand this. I don't understand these little toys, stuffies as it is. But this whole concept, I don't get. Maybe it's because I lived through the Beanie Baby craze and the Hot Wheel craze. There was a Hot Wheel craze in the 90s. Like, Hot Wheels are always a thing. I have a Wonder Woman Hot Wheels right over there that I'm actually thinking of doing a giveaway on. But people went crazy for Beanie Babies and Hot Wheels in the 90s. My former psycho stepfather had totes and totes and totes of Hot Wheels. In fact, he would go out and spend all this money on Hot Wheels, and we would get our phone shut off. Like, oh my God. So maybe because I lived through all of that stuff and witnessed the bubble bursting, that I don't get this LABUBU stuff at all. Good morning, big time objective. What is good? But apparently, as quickly as these things have appeared, like, poof, here are these monstrous looking LABUBU things. Paul King, the director of Paddington, is set to direct a LABUBU movie for Sony. I don't get it. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter, so it's legit. I just don't understand it. Why? Why? Good morning, Omari. Maybe, but why aren't we doing other nostalgic Mattel toys or nostalgic toys from a grown-up's childhood instead of this weird adult obsession with these little monster stuffies? I don't get it. He said it back in July. We're going to get to it in a second. I don't understand this. Why do we need this? Maria, it makes more sense than a Sims movie. I disagree with you on that one. Maybe it's because I've been an OG Sims fan. However, it's been complete shit for years, and I've recently deleted every single one of the games off of my computer. And that's me purchasing the game and DLC since 2014. So that's an investment that I'm just like, screw it. But I think a Sims game makes a lot more sense than a LABUBU. A Sims movie makes more sense than a LABUBU movie. LABUBU, what, just came out this year, last year? And no one outside of my daughter's generation really knows what they are, or understands the thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I'm now officially old because I don't get it. Omari, when was the last time Sony made a sensible movie decision? I mean, that's a point because apparently, and I've lost it. I had it and it seems to be gone. Oh, here it is. Sony is acquiring control. Sony is acquiring control of the Peanuts franchise in a deal worth $457 million. I mean, is this concerning? It is Sony. Like, I've said for some time now that the CW didn't actually shut down their superhero development department. They just moved it over to Sony. Like, that's the perfect response, Ensign Loki. Good grief. What do we do with this? What's going on, Sony? What are you up to? I don't know. I got nothing. But hands down, I would much rather watch a Sims movie, a movie based on the game The Sims, than a LABUBU movie or whatever Sony is planning on doing with Peanuts. I mean, they're great with the Spider-Verse films. Those have been great, but do we need to go down the list? Do we need to go down the list? So, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about the latest Sony news, leave it in the chat below. Fun fact, I've never seen the Paddington movies. Not ever. Not ever. So, we are going to read the article from Geeks and Gamers written by Marvin. However, it does come from Rolling Stone. The article came out in July. I have confirmed it in triplicate. I have read it. I'm staring at it right now, actually. He actually did say those things. So, I've got it right here. Anyway, we do have official looks from Entertainment Weekly of Jessica Jones and Daredevil. In Daredevil Born Again Season 2. I love me some Jessica Jones, first and foremost. Just want everyone to know that. I love Kristen Ritter. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's gorgeous. I feel like she was wasted in Orphan Black Echoes. They could have done a lot better with that. I loved Orphan Black. I was a huge, huge fan. Tatiana Maslany was absolutely amazing in that series. She played like 14, 15 different characters. My gosh. She could have been an amazing Jennifer Walters. But that was the material that Marvel handed her for the She-Hulk series. Anyhow, here is Jessica Jones and Daredevil in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. I will repeat that I found Daredevil Born Again season 1 a bit boring. Not enough. It felt like prologue. It felt like just setup. And that's not what you want for a season 1. You want a season 1 to be the hook. It needs to really, really grab you. If anything is going to be set up, then your season 2 can be set up. Season 3 is usually where you find your stride. Season 3s are kind of your best seasons. But we finally get Jessica Jones officially in the MCU, and I'm excited to see that. She's been a pretty great character. That series on Netflix was really dope. Omari, still haven't seen season 3 of Jessica Jones. Wasn't my favorite. It wasn't the best season, but the only Netflix Marvel series that just kind of stunk was Iron Fist. So, Maria, She-Hulk was trash. Why the hell was she twerking? Okay. So, I'm going to say a couple of things about the She-Hulk series. One, the character itself, the way she behaved, very much on par for She-Hulk. Where Hulk is the duality of man, that trying to be calm, smart, whatever. I'm sorry. it's morning time. Hulk is the duality of man. the wanting to be a good person, a provider, all that stuff, and then the just unleashing the anger, the strength, all of that stuff. That's the Hulk. It's Dr. Jekyll or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I was right. Anyway, that's the Hulk. That's the duality of man. The duality of woman, on the other hand, is the need to be calm, collected, um, nurturing, be there for everybody, be a nice lady, but then also sometimes you just want to go out and party and have a good time and be for yourself. And that is She-Hulk. It's id versus ego. That's a better way of saying it. Why did I just say that in the first place? So id versus ego. And that was She-Hulk. In fact, I've got my Princess Leia's hanging on her right now, but I have my first John Byrne She-Hulk, sensational She-Hulk over there. And She-Hulk was a party girl. She liked to bone. She liked to party. She liked to dance. She liked to get down. So that part of it was entirely on par with the character of She-Hulk. However, the series completely missed the mark in terms of writing and putting it together. They said that they took inspiration from Ally McBeal, but they didn't make it like Ally McBeal. The series should have been episodic. It should have had like cold open. You see a superhero or a supervillain in a situation where they end up needing legal assistance. Enter Jennifer Walters. And then, something in that situation arises where they need She-Hulk and superheroing ensues. And then you move on to the next episode. And then the whole time you have your underlying B plot that has the overarching development throughout the whole series. It should have had a lot more action. They didn't have a writer's room. They didn't have like a real actual kind of showrunner situation. Basically, Marvel sat down and said, you know what? We need to make a show for girls. This is how girls would want it, right? No, they have no freaking clue how girls who like comic books and comic book shows and movies think and what they like. They had no idea whatsoever. They think we just want things to be pink and Megan Thee Stallion. No, that's not it at all. We like action. We like good writing. We like well-constructed series. We like things to be cohesive, and the show wasn't. So, again, had I done it, Tatiana Maslany was an excellent choice for Jennifer Walters. The character of She-Hulk was very much on par with She-Hulk. So if you had a problem with that part, then you probably would not be a fan of She-Hulk in the comics. So let me just put that out there. The problem was the writing, the plot, the arc. That was just trash. You needed more action, and you needed to make it episodic. Treat it like a superhero legal drama, like a legit superhero legal drama. So that's what I have with that. Big Time Objective says, I liked the She-Hulk show. A lot of people did. There are aspects of it that I was like, I liked Pug. One to rock, one to stock, baby. I liked him. Omari, Tatiana Maslany can do and has done so much better than She-Hulk. Just watch Orphan Black. Amen. Amen. She's amazing in that show. Maria, Spicy Hulk. I'm telling you, girl, I have a breakdown about She-Hulk where I actually cosplay as She-Hulk on the channel. So go check that out. That should answer any questions. Maria, I loved Ally McBeal. A lot of people did. A lot of people did. Okay. Moving on. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about this image, about Jessica Jones joining the MCU in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, or, She-Hulk, Leave it in the chat below. We're going to move on. I'm going to take a little drink. It's good stuff. Water. Good for you. Apparently, I don't drink enough of it. Welcome to Dairy Scores series high audience for gruesome season finale. Let me tell you something. Welcome to Dairy is awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It is so good. It is so good. And apparently the season finale was the highest rated episode of the entire series, whatever. I mean, technically there are no other seasons out, so that would be accurate. It's the highest rated one so far. And I completely agree. That has anyone else watched this show? Because it's so good. I think it's done better than Stranger Things. Absolutely agree. I love Stranger Things, but this is done better. I don't want to sign up. Just leave me alone. Okay, so trying to get the number here. The conclusion to the first season drew 6.5 million US viewers across HBO and HBO Max within the first 3 days. That's a 12% lift from the viewership of the penultimate episode, which was previously the series' best. Per Warner Brothers Discovery, the freshman season is now averaging 12 million viewers globally and 11.5 million in the US alone. Now that its run has ended, season 1, HBO can officially declare that it remains among the top 3 original series debuts since HBO Max launched, behind The Last of Us and House of the Dragon. As it should be. It's damn near a perfect series. I never say that. It is damn near a perfect series. Good morning, contributing editor and Lieutenant Loki, member of the channel in the Nerdling Army. Good morning. Hail to the chat, and what is James Gunn smoking? Fernando, welcome to Dairy is the best new series of 2025. Name me a better one. I dare anyone in the chat. Do it. He has thrown down the gauntlet. He's thrown it down. Big time objective. It turned me off when I see what was happening to the kids. I know, it's tough. Omari, I love how Bev was kneeling at the end credit scene to hide the fact that Sophia Lillis had gotten much taller since the first. That's true. I mean, she's a grown up now. It's been like 10 years since those movies came out. 10 years. Good morning, Joel Familia. Done smoking that goo-goo. Maria says the season finale stuck the landing perfectly, which is something series have really struggled with lately, especially Marvel and DC. And Star Wars. Marvel, DC, and Star Wars seem to really struggle with sticking that landing. Looking at you, Peacemaker. Looking at you. Looking at you. Good morning, Nadja. Oh no, welcome to Dairy. My blood pressure. I know she's in the minority, but it's fine. We still love her. We'll move on. If there's any question, comments, emotional outbursts about Welcome to Dairy scoring, HBO Max, high audience numbers, high ratings, leave it in the chat below. Good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, member of the channel, 3 months. Good morning. Maria says, didn't know Pennywise can go back in time. Very interesting for next season. He can't. He's just a fourth dimensional being who perceives time in a way we are unable to. Just like we're three-dimensional beings and we can see things that a two-dimensional being cannot. I don't want to get into science because I will be here all freaking day and I don't have time for that. Nadja, I will lose it. She will. Don't start. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Star Wars Starfighter has wrapped filming, confirmed by the director himself, Shawn Levy. He posted on Instagram and all social media, really, a picture of him running on one of the sets. So, saying that they're done, they've wrapped filming. It said he was running into post-production like around this set. This doesn't mean that there won't be any reshoots. It's very common for there to be some reshoots, especially in Disney. Yeah, here goes Logie. Can't wait for reshoots. This is what I'm saying. It's very possible there could be reshoots. But as far as we know right now, they're headed into post-production. So I'm very, very iffy on this film. Like all of these things in franchises that I have loved since childhood, I want them to be good, even though most of these films and TV shows for the last 5 years have not been good. I still want them to be good. I want a good Supergirl movie. I want a good Star Wars movie. But I can want all I want. It doesn't make it so. Make it so. So I really want it to be good. Please don't let me down, Shawn Levy. I mean, he hasn't really let me down up until this point. I'm a big fan of Shawn Levy's work. So hopefully that translates over into Star Wars. I love Ryan Gosling too, like any other sane, middle-aged straight woman. So, good morning, buddy. Good morning, Real Anarchy. And good morning, birthday twin, my Red 5 brother, DJ over at the Exegesis. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome. So what do you guys think? What feelings do you have about Shawn Levy's Starfighter film? It is now wrapped. We will see. Benny says 15 people watching. I see 29 on my end. 29 people watching and only 9 likes. Hit that thumbs up button. Come on. Hit the like button. Hit it. Hit the like button. And I want you to enlist in the Nerdling Army. Join the channel now as a member for perks like emojis and gifts, early access to content, exclusive content, Throwback Thursday Theater every Thursday over on the members only Discord, which you will immediately get access to members only chats, all kinds of stuff. I want you. Enlist now in the Nerdling Army. I'm coming up with a salute. Do it. Hit the like button. Hit the like. Hit the nose. Hit the nose. All right, guys. If you don't have any thoughts whatsoever on Star Wars Starfighter, we can move on. Moving on. Moving on. Let me see. Did I have anything else? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So I'm going to drop this one out. Remove it because StreamYard makes you press like 1,123 different buttons before you can switch screens. That's a fact, Jack. Okay, so this article that I'm about to read now from Geeks and Gamers, written by Marvin Montaro, who's a fan of the channel, apparently. I did not know that. Actually, the quotes he's getting came from this article, Rolling Stone, which came out in June. I don't know how I missed this. I thought I covered it. I've missed this stuff. So, let's see. Screen Rant even covered it. I missed it. I totally missed it. But I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it now because it seems to be a recurring issue, especially now that, you know, Supergirl is coming out. What did I do? I have so many tabs up, which is bad. I'm like really showing my age here. It's, to me, it's kind of showing an ongoing issue, a deeper problem. And I have to really question even more, you know, does this dude even understand the first thing about what his job is? Which upsets me. I've been a James Gunn fan for years, for many years. I've been a James Gunn fan. I love the Guardians movies. I love Guardians Volume 3. That's my favorite. I like Brightburn, The Suicide Squad. I love those films. Peacemaker season 1, one of my favorite anythings. But he doesn't quite seem to get the fandom at all. There's a complete disconnect, which is strange considering how chronically online he's been, fighting with people. Now he's just on Threads all the time. He talks to Real a lot. He talks to Benny a lot. Big Time Objective says, I trust James Gunn creative process. See, lately, I have questions. I am not ride or die. I have never been ride or die. I'm show and tell. I'm from Missouri, baby. You got to show me. And that's the thing. So's James. He knows better. You got to show me. You got to show me. We're the show me state for a reason. But he says some stupid shit that I don't understand. And we talked about the rumored test screening of Supergirl yesterday. And they said that even though Gunn didn't write or direct it, the Guardians of the Galaxy influence was very, very noticeable and heavy. Even our best friend, Grace Randolph, has started calling her Super Girl of the Galaxy or whatever. It's for them to constantly walk around, go around saying, you know, it's our first time directly adapting a comic book. No, you're not. That's a lie. That is an out and out lie. They are not directly adapting Woman of Tomorrow. That's not true. Hey, I love Ryan Airy. I think he's a super nice guy. He's got the second cutest dog on the internet behind mine. But when he did his breakdown of the Supergirl trailer, and he says it's their first direct adaptation of a comic book, and then everything he said after that completely contradicted the first thing he said. I was like, oh my God, they're changing locations. Anyway, Gunn is not writing or directing, did not write or direct Supergirl, but he's producing it, and he's the creative director for the DCU. Please keep that in mind. Okay? He's still their boss. He is still the boss. He's still in charge. He's still the Kevin Feige of the DCU. So, Keep that in mind. And as far as I know, this is Ana Nogueira's first big script. So he definitely had some input. Okay. Definitely had some input. I'm starting to wonder if it's kind of like a Bryce Dallas Howard situation over at Star Wars, where they're like, yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard is directing. And it's really just Jon Favreau telling her what to do. So here's an article written by Marvin Montero. Thank you very much, Marvin. I just talked to him like right as we were going live. And Gunn says in this Rolling Stone article that every Batman story has already been done, and it's getting boring. Are you kidding me? That's not even, no. Okay, so here is Marvin's words on this Rolling Stone article. James Gunn is once again talking about Batman, and once again, it's raising serious concerns among longtime fans about the direction of DC Studios. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Gunn openly framed Batman as a creative problem rather than a cornerstone of DC's mythology. He even went so far as to say that the Caped Crusaders' continued use made him boring. He's saying that Batman is overexposed and used too much, and that's made him boring. Has he not considered the fact that the reason why Batman is used so much is because people like him so much? Anytime you put Batman in anything, money. People love Batman. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Those are your pillars of the DC universe. As your holy trinity of the DC universe. Fight me. Tell me I am wrong. Those are the three characters you should always bring in first, because everything is built upon them. Everything. They are the pillars upon the firmament of DCU is built upon. They're the first three characters, really. And to say that Batman is boring, that his overuse is boring, you might as well say Wonder Woman is boring. But he says Wonder Woman isn't, because here's the direct quote. When asked what needs to be figured out to make Batman work in the DC universe, Gunn didn't talk about building on decades of storytelling success. Instead, he says, well, see for yourself. Batman has to have a reason for existing. Right? So Batman can't just be, oh, we're making a Batman movie because Batman's the biggest character in all of Warner Brothers, which he is. But because there's a need for him in the DCU, and a need that he's not exactly the same as Matt's Batman, but yet he's not a campy Batman. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in a funny, campy Batman. We have talked about that before. So we're dealing with that. I think we have a way, by the way. I think I really know what it is I'm dealing with. A writer. I'm dealing with a writer to make sure that we can make it a reality. So here's the thing. He says Batman needs a reason for existing beyond being Warner Brothers' biggest selling character. That's his reason for existing. right there. He's Warner Brothers' biggest character. You have danced around Batman this whole time. Gotham exists in the DCU. Clayface is coming in the DCU. You're telling me you need more of a reason to bring in Batman than that? Superman didn't need a reason to exist in the DCU. You just brought him in. Supergirl didn't need a reason to exist in the DCU. You just brought her in. Peacemaker. Do I need to keep going? It's just sounding like Dave Filoni being jealous of Tony Gilroy's success with Andor. That's what it sounds like to me. So Marvin goes on to say, the framing alone should set off alarm bells. Batman isn't being discussed as a proven icon with limitless narrative potential. He's being discussed as something that needs to justify his existence, despite being one of the most successful fictional characters in history. Gunn's comments become even more blunt when he compares Batman to Wonder Woman, arguing that she's easier to handle creatively because she hasn't been overused. Wonder Woman, I think, this is Gunn, is actually easier for me because there haven't been so many infinite portrayals of Wonder Woman. Definitely not in movies, but really anywhere that there have been as Batman, Gunn said. Every single Batman story has been told. It seems like half the comics that have come out of DC over the past 30 years have Batman in them. He's the most famous superhero in the world. No, it's actually Spider-Man, but go on, King. And the most popular superhero, he's the most famous superhero in the world and the most popular superhero in the world. And again, Spider-Man. And people love him because he's interesting. Oh my God, did we just contradict ourselves? But also having so much of him out there can also make him boring. So how do you create that property that's fun to watch? He doesn't understand Batman at all. Batman is nothing like Superman. Let me rephrase that. Okay? Batman, his approach to heroism and his responsibility, his sense of duty, is very different than Superman. Batman's approach, his reason for doing it comes out of trauma and a sense of, not just, how do I put this? It's almost like every time he goes out and stops another bad guy, he is getting justice for his parents. By stopping it from happening to another little boy, it's like he's doing it for himself. He's doing this out of trauma. Superman is doing it out of love. He's doing it out of, I have all this power. It's a sense of, like Uncle Ben told Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. He does it with a sense of purpose and love. He's a much more positive, good for the sake of goodness character. Batman is the Dark Knight. He goes out at night. He's a detective. He has no superpowers other than he's very smart and he's able to restrain himself. He can push himself past the limits of human restraint. He doesn't get it at all. Batman isn't exactly fun. That was the 1966 Adam West TV show. That's what that was. That was the pop art version of Batman. Batman isn't fun. He's intriguing. He's interesting. He's daring. He makes you think. He makes you hold your breath. He's suspenseful. There's action. He does not understand the character whatsoever. And beyond being completely disconnected from who his audience is, who it is for, who would connect with Batman or comic book movies in general. And I do understand, because I have told you guys many times that the general audience outnumbers us 10 to 1. Like, the general audience, that's where you make your big money. Okay? But the general audience knows who Batman is. He is the most popular character out there. Well, Spider-Man is. Spider-Man is the most popular character out there. Superman is the most recognizable. He has the most recognizable symbol. I'd say Batman is right up there with him. Everyone knows Batman. Everyone. And if you screw him up, even the normies are going to know it. They're going to recognize it. But to say that Wonder Woman is easier, I would hazard to say Wonder Woman is going to be more difficult to do because the normies aren't as familiar with her and her lore and her character as they are Batman. They know who she is. They can recognize her, mostly thanks to Linda Carter. And as much as I love the Linda Carter adaptation of Wonder Woman, it's not a true adaptation of Wonder Woman's character. You're going to have a more difficult time adapting her, or getting people. Let me take that back. Getting people in the theater. The statement is staggering. Every single Batman story has been told is not creative insight. Yeah, what kind of creative mind are you? First of all, not every Batman story has been told. We haven't put every Batman story on the big screen. I mean, how boring are you, James? How boring are you? How dull are you that you don't look at this and think, oh, how about Court of Owls? Court of Owls would be absolutely perfect. Every Batman fan wants to see Court of Owls, first of all. It's relevant. It's interesting. It's got intrigue. I mean, come on. It's an admission of creative limitation. Batman's endurance isn't the result of repetition, it's the result of flexibility. He has thrived across tones, eras, mediums, and interpretations without losing his core identity. That isn't a flaw. It's the reason why he still matters. Ironically, Gunn's comments come at a time when the Batman, flaws and all, proved audiences are still eager for grounded, serious takes on Bruce Wayne. The problem isn't the fans are tired of Batman. The problem appears to be that Gunn isn't interested in telling the kind of Batman stories that consistently work. While Gunn insists he doesn't want campy Batman, he offers no clear alternative beyond vague assurances that he has a way in, assuming the writing aligns with his vision. The lack of clarity does little to reassure the fan base already burned by constant reboots, abandoned continuity, and years of DC leadership instability. Think about it. What Batman movies did well and which ones did not? Batman and Batman Returns. Everyone loves those movies. Everyone. I know that there's, cult nostalgic followings for Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. but those movies are terrible. And they're campy and goofy. They're the worst of the Batman movies. Nobody wants to see those, James. There's also a glaring contradiction at the heart of Gunn's argument. Batman is described as both boring and indispensable, the biggest character Warner Brothers has, yet one whose presence now needs justification. He's spot on. If Batman is truly exhausted creatively, why is DC still betting its future on him? The answer is obvious. Batman isn't boring. He's reliable. He's proven, and he's one of the last DC characters that still commands mainstream trust. When a creator claims a timeless character is the problem, history suggests the real issue isn't the character, it's a creative vision that doesn't align with the audience. So far, Gunn's remarks suggest he sees Batman not as a foundation to build upon, but an obstacle to work around. And for anyone who actually wants DC to succeed, that should be deeply concerning. And I completely agree with him. Completely agree with him. How can you say that one of the most established, proven DC characters is a problem, is overused, boring, and has been told too many times? That there's no more stories to tell. We need to justify his existence. No, you don't. That's the dumbest shit you could possibly say. Way to admit that you don't know what you're doing. That you're not good enough to tell a Batman story. Grab a comic book and actually read it, Jimmy. It's not that hard. It's really not. Reading a comic book is easier than reading a novel. All right, guys, I want to hear your questions, comments, and emotional outbursts about this. Let's check in with the chat. I got something in my way here. I apologize. Ooh. I'm gonna scroll up. You guys got a lot to say. Okay. Big time objective. I trust James Gunn with the creative process. That was the last thing we saw. And then Johnny Dome, good morning, says he still is a far better person on the job than Zack Snyder. Is he? Loki says, I wouldn't trust Gunn to run a Kmart. Good morning, Hunter. Dani, I sent you a picture on Instagram and on a Twitter message. Honey, my DMs are so overloaded. I highly suggest you go through the website. My DMs, I can never get through all of them. Joel Familia, getting someone on the opposite spectrum of Snyder does not make Gunn a better choice. Or getting Gunn, who is the opposite side of the spectrum. Got it. Gunn just needs to let go of his MCU shtick and he'll be good. Expand your mind, Gunn. Think outside the box. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, films and fiction. He's just mad that Matt Reeves gets to play with Batman first. I think it's kind of a Filoni Gilroy situation. I think he's a little jelly that people like that Reeves verse so much. Ensign Loki says, sorry, best we can do is 3 Super People movies in a row. Joel, Batman is the modern Hamlet. He is. Johnny Dome, if just be happy if he brings in the people Marvel left, like Edward Norton and the original War Machine actor. Terrence. Oh, Terrence. Oh. He's got stuff going on. Joel, Gunn needs to do more research. He needs to actually read comic books. Maria says, Batman is better than Spider-Man. Ooh, fight, 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 Fight in the chat. I want to see it happen. Loki, sounds like he just doesn't want people to compare his version of the character to others. Too bad. Yep, that's what it sounds like to me. Joel, so he's trying to justify he doesn't have to follow the status quo with Wonder Woman. Exactly. If he picks up Wonder Woman, I will fight him. You mess up Wonder Woman, James, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. Okay? I'm gonna fight you. In the streets. Fernando, I'd rather be Batman than Spider-Man and Superman, better stories than villains. Really? Johnny Dome, as long as it's better than Batman versus Superman, he's already won. Well, as long as it is just good. As long as it's just good. I just want it to be good. I want a good movie. I want a good story. I want good acting. I just want good. It's not just good. Pay some attention. Give it quality. Give it passion. Pay attention. Listen to your fan base. Do some research. Actually adapt shit. If you're not going to adapt something, at least stay true to the characters in the universe. Don't just shit all over it and make your own thing. If you want to make your own thing, go make your own thing. Make up a whole new character and just do your own thing. But don't take someone else's creation and just rip it apart and slap your name on it. That's just dickish behavior. I don't like that at all. As a creator myself, I think about how that would make me feel if someone took something that was mine and completely reshaped it and slapped their name on it and said they adapted it and like, what? No. Who are you? You didn't come up with that. You didn't grow that out of your brain and write that down. I did. I don't like that. Don't shit on other creators' creations. Dumb. We haven't had a Batman team up with a wacky team of misfits anti-heroes yet, so and see, that's the thing. Batman is always the guy in the Justice League. He's like, I don't do friends. Don't do group meetings. Maria, does Batman ignore crime during the day? He just keeps an eye on it. He handles it as Bruce Wayne, like taking notes, follow this guy, Alfred, and then gets him later. He's a detective. He doesn't go out during the day. That's why his costume is black and blue and gray and stuff. Loki. It happened in the animated series Justice League Dark, for one. Oh, yeah. Justice League Dark, I love it. I do love Justice League Dark. Maria, Batman is the most popular, in my opinion. Definitely Warner Brothers. Johnny Dome. I'd say if Gunn is worried, I'd say do Green Arrow. He'd sort of know because CW. Man, see, I hate Arrow on CW. And this is the analogy I always use. They were taking this Batman shaped peg and trying to stuff it in an arrow shaped hole. And it just irritated me so bad. It's like they were mad that Fox got the rights to Batman and did Gotham. And they really wanted to do Batman. So they're like, oh, we'll just take Green Arrow, who's kind of like a mix of Barry Allen and Bruce Wayne. And we'll just make him Batman. We'll just take the Barry Allen aspect away and just make him Batman. And that just irritated me. And so I couldn't really deal with it. But if that's the kind of stuff he wants to do, if he wants to do humor, then he definitely needs to do some Green Arrow or Barry Allen. Maria says Wonder Woman should be a piece of cake. They all should be a piece of cake. That's the thing. All of these should be a piece of cake because there is a preponderance of source material, explanations, everything right frigging there. He is the creative head of DC Studios. He has access to the entire library of DC Comics, every animated film, every movie, everything, plus YouTube. He super loves Miss Go Read Some Comics with Professor Jenna. It's all right there. It takes you what, 2 days of fucking research just to, I mean, come on, read a book. You have free access to literally everything. Every single one of these characters should be a slam dunk. It should be so simple. You are supposed to be an incredibly experienced, talented, successful, creative mind. For someone on that level with that access to that source material, this should all be a slam dunk. For someone like James Gunn, the head of a studio, to say that all of those stories have been told, there are no more to tell about Batman. For him to say that is an alarming, worrying statement. So what you're telling me is you got nothing. What you're telling me is you have zero imagination, you don't know how to do your job, and there are no comic books, no source material for you to reference to come up with something. Is that what you're telling me? Every single one of these characters, every single one of these characters should be easiest to do because it's all right there, and he's supposed to be the best creative mind for the job. Now, are you getting why we should be so concerned about these statements? Johnny Dome, just do the brave and the bold he mentioned. Like, just do brave and the bold. Like, why is it that he says every story's been told, he's boring, he's overused, I don't know what to do with my hands, and it's like, but I thought you were doing Batman Brave and the Bold. Just do it. Pick up the comic book, open it up, read it, watch the series even. It was a great series. Do it. Ensign Loki. Allegedly, Matt Reeves is doing Long Halloween again, even though DK already kind of did that. I love the Long Halloween. And I really thought that the last movie was kind of Long Halloween meets Year One. I don't know. I kind of wish someone would just do Court of Owls. And I'm just screaming into a void at this point. Court of Owls. Court of Owls. Court of Owls. Court of Owls. Moving on. Hunter, can I ask you a question? Do you think realistic Batman is ruining Batman? No. Because Batman is a grounded character. He doesn't have superpowers. He's a rich dude who's smart and a detective. He's a rich dude who's super traumatized and spends his money on this stuff. So no superpowers, just rich and really smart, really in shape, really mentally honestly, emotionally not in shape, but mentally he's really like, he doesn't kill anyone. And do you know how hard that would be to feel that level of, this person is actually actively trying to end your life and you're fighting back, yet you are able to stop yourself every time. That's a very difficult thing to do. Johnny, Batman Begins failed, but I think it's the best of the trilogy. I love Batman Begins. I think it's phenomenal. I love that trilogy. Joel, Batman is the successor to the pulp heroes in the 20s. He's supposed to be dark, not campy. Gunn needs to read more. I'm friends with Athena Finger. She is the granddaughter of Bill Finger, who is the true creator of Batman. And I'm gonna reach out to her. I'm gonna get her thoughts on this. I guarantee you they're not gonna be good. They've not been very nice to her lately, old DC, but I'm gonna reach out to her. Good morning, Samar. He said, who put this grandpa as leader of DC Studios? Not just movies, but comics too. As if it wasn't bad enough already that you have millions of NPCs saying Superman is boring now. Gunn says this. Joel Familia, Batman Forever was better than Returns. What? 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 Maria, Batman Returns, Batman Forever did great at the box office. Batman and Robin is the only flop. Matt Reeves, the Batman crushed at the box office. Oof. Got a member. Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. Batman and Robin was the last Batman movie I enjoyed, and that was so bad it's good. Batman Returns is the last actually good Batman film. You surprise me every time. Johnny Dome, I mean, for CEO of DC, Zack seems to be too focused on The Dark Knight Returns, so why Gunn would do better than... I'm confused by that statement. Maria, you're kind of hard on James Gunn. Well, maybe he should step up. I'm not being hard on him. Well, let me rephrase. You got to be hard on him. He's the head of a studio. Can't be easy on him. I'm extremely disappointed. I mean, we're from the same town. And listen, St. Louisans love famous St. Louisans. I think it has something to do with it's a very big Irish town too. Like a lot of us are Irish. Like, yeah, you're St. Louisans. We love that. We do. We love our people big time. So when he started like dropping the ball and saying some really stupid stuff, yeah, that's really depressing. It really sucks. It's disappointing. Really, I'm extremely disappointed. I'm really let down. And I don't think I'm being too hard on him. I'm not being any harder on him than any other studio head or anyone else in his position. You are supposed to be the best guy for the job. There was nobody else better available, right? You're supposed to hire the very best person for the job, okay? Best person for the job. And he's telling us that there's no more stories to tell about Batman, and he's overexposed and it's gotten boring. That's not what the best man for the job would say. The best man for the job would say is, you know what? I've got a great story to tell about Batman. He's not going to go tell the press that, okay, we've got a problem. It's boring. We've got a problem. You're not going to tell the press that. If you honestly think that, that's the problem. That's the problem, that you think that, because a creative writer is going to find solutions creatively. Creative writer. And on top of it, again, you are the creative leader for DC Studios. He has full access to every single DC comic, every comic with Batman in it, all he has to do is press a button and it's right there. He's got it. He's got access to every animated film, every live action film that DC has ever done. All he has to do is press a button. It's right there. There's no excuse. The answers he is given, these quotes, are lazy. That's why I'm upset. He's giving excuses. I'm not being too hard on him. I am pointing out the laziness in his responses. A guy in his position who employs hundreds of other people in charge of bringing entertainment to millions of people, billions of people possibly, cannot be lazy and give these kinds of answers. This is just excuse after excuse after excuse. He's setting us up to be disappointed. He's telling us he can't do it. He's telling us he's not going to give us actual Batman. He's going to give us his Batman. Again, he is the Kevin Feige of the DC universe. If you are new, or if you've missed me saying this before, I want you to think of Kevin Feige and James Gunn as a showrunner. A showrunner for a series is the one who comes up with the vision for the whole show. You have different directors, but they all have to answer back to what the showrunner has dictated for the series. The showrunner comes up with the story, the arc, and the vision for how it's supposed to play out. Okay? That is what Kevin Feige and James Gunn do for their connective universes. They are the showrunners for their connective universes. So every writer and director in the DCU has to reference back to James Gunn, his vision, his overarching design for the DC universe. So it doesn't matter who he gets to write or direct Batman Brave and the Bold. They have to put forth what James Gunn has deemed envisioned for the DCU. I hope that makes sense. So these quotes, troubling. They're lazy answers. Lazy answers. Someone who is not putting forth any energy or elbow grease to bring us a story that we deserve, that is worth our hard-earned money. You want to get us in the theater and pay for tickets and pay for concessions and sit there for X amount of time, then you better give us something worth watching. And sitting here telling us that Batman's overused, we need to justify his existence, he's become boring, that does not instill me with a whole lot of confidence. That concerns me more than anything. Lieutenant Kino says James is out of his mind. If Batman is boring, then why am I building a bat cave in my basement? Maria says Matt Reeves, the Batman, is not that popular with hardcore Batman fans. They think it's too long and a little boring. I'll tell you, Athena said it was too long. The heiress to Batman, the legacy of Batman, she thought it was too long. Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, the Batman made the villain dark and serious and made Batman goofy. They got it backwards. Kino, Batman worked part-time as a JL member, Justice League member, by design to train Robin to lead future teams. Real Anarchy, daytime is for sleeping, gathering evidence, and analyzing clues, the concept that explored so well in The Batman. Exactly. I know you do. I know you do. Maria, Supergirl is a solid hit at the box office. Wonder Woman will be in great shape. Is he trying to sabotage to sell? What the fuck? Johnny Dome. I'd also work with Batman writers like he did with Superman writers. Oh, James. It just seems like an obvious choice to me. It just seems like such an obvious choice. Everything's been done. Court of Owls is like, hello. Hi. James. Nothing else more to write. Everything's been done. Hi, Court of Owls here. Still right here. As I said, nothing left. Don't see anything. Ensign Loki, the CW show and the video game did Owls. It's not on the movie though. Okay? I know that it wasn't the CW show, it was Gotham. Gotham did Court of Owls, and that was on Fox. The movie. We need a movie Court of Owls. It would be amazing. Maria says, Poison Ivy is not grounded. We are never going to get a proper live action version of her because everyone has a huge boner for Batman in the real world. The Dark Knight is the best Batman movie ever. Not Batman Begins. Come on, folks. Blasphemy. Hey, good morning, Tigre Místico. Saludos from Mexico. Saludos. Buenos días. Sorry. Buenos días. Oh, me Lucky Charms. Just saying Zack Snyder is too into The Dark Knight Returns that I don't see him doing better than Gunn. Both are not great, but at least he's not the Batman. He's not only Batman, but better writing, aka Rebel Moon. Oh my God, Rebel Moon. I'm not a fan. Like, not okay. As that movie is not good. But here's the thing. We have been trained to accept the lesser of two evils for too long. We need to stop that. That's not okay. There are more than just Zack Snyder and James Gunn on planet Earth. There are other writers and directors out there. Have we tried them? Have we called them? Have we picked up our phones and checked out our contact lists and looked at IMDb or other countries? Tigre. Anyone else in Mexico we can call? Hello. Saludos. Anyone else we can call? Anyone. They're not the only two people in the world, and we should be done with just accepting what the one or two of these, like, oh, well, he's the lesser of two evils. This is fine. I'm fine. No, we need to stop that bullshit. We're better than that. We're smarter than that. Tigre. Are they going to do a bad job on purpose? That's my question. Like, I'm always asking that question. Like, I feel like he doesn't want to be the creative director anymore, because why would you keep saying things like that? It doesn't make sense. Backyard TARDIS, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, member of the channel. Haven't done Mad Hatter or Deathstroke. We were supposed to have Deathstroke. Johnny Dome, just saying this because they're always against each other. I would be fine with a new person. Might even be fine if Nick Cage wanted to do some projects. No, thank you. No, thank you. Nick Cage, you stay right over there. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Bye-bye, Nick Cage. It's okay. But appreciate you. Joel Familia. We can also adapt Mask of the Phantasm. C. Yes, 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 yes. one of the highlights of my childhood. I still remember the feel of that VHS case that the movie came in. I remember the sound of it when it closed. It's a fantastic film. I showed it to my boyfriend for the first time, and he was blown away. He had a weird childhood, okay? He had definitely a healthier childhood than I did, I'll definitely say, but I don't think it was as fun. Anyway, Mask of the Phantasm. If you have somehow been a Batman fan or a comic fan at all and missed Mask of the Phantasm, stop watching me and go watch that right now. It's cinema. It's fantastic. I mean, it's an amazing film and should absolutely be adapted into live action. Hardcore believe that. I sure do. Anywho, guys, that's all my emotional outbursts about James Gunn calling Batman boring. I'm just saying. Tigre. Maybe Guillermo del Toro. He did Hellboy, and it was a beautiful movie. It absolutely was. I completely agree with you. I love Guillermo del Toro. I would love to see him do a Justice League Dark. Wouldn't that be great? I would love that so much. Joel, it's the greatest Batman movie of all time. Fight me. I will not fight you because I agree with you. I will stand in your corner. Big time objective. I'm not really into Batman as much as I am Superman. Fair enough. Fair enough. But that's really all I've got for you nerds today. If you like what I've been putting out there, please do me a huge solid. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. Ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. And I want you, yes, you. I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking back at you. I want you to enlist in the Nerdling Army right now, right this second. There are perks. You do get paid in gifts, emojis, early access to content, exclusive members only chat sections. You get your exclusive members only Discord and members only watch parties every Thursday over on the members only Discord. I insist right now, sign up immediately. You're welcome. Thank you for joining the Nerdling Army. Help me keep this channel going on the air by supporting it by enlisting today. I'm not seeing you press that button. Press it. Press it. Don't make me come over there. There's also super chats, super stickers, super thanks. They are super appreciated. And every time you send one, I have a special clip that I play just for you. And sometimes I give you a choice. I let you pick. Oh, I'm exposing a little bit too much there. I'm sorry, or you're welcome, whichever. Oh God, that was embarrassing. Anyway, I play a clip for you guys whenever you leave a super, so keep that in mind too. Also, there are other ways to help support the channel if you would like. You can scan that QR code right there. It takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua, and you can chip in as little or as much as you can to help keep the internet lights on here. And there's also Cash App, $ DanielleSoncasie. You can, same thing there, chip in as little or as much as you can. Then you have patreon.com/comicsand, the original Nerdling Army. You can enlist there as well. Same perks, exclusive content, exclusive chats, and exclusive content. Did I say that? I think I did. But here you also get exclusive access. Wait, yeah, exclusive merch that you can't get anywhere else. And you get that every 3 months for the first year of your enlistment in the Nerdling Army. As well as when you request a breakdown about a character or a story, you go straight to the front of the line. That's right, folks. Members in the Nerdling Army go to the front of the line with all requests. So check out the original Nerdling Army over at patreon.com/comicsand. We also have a merch store over at comicsandcosmetics.com, or I'm sorry, comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. Yeah, that's the one. 'Tis the season. It's the season to shop. Hopefully shopping for all your nerdy loved ones. And what better way to do that and help support the channel at the same time by going to comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. Hundreds of nerdy designs designed by yours truly, inspired by all your nerdy favorites on hundreds of products. Go on over to comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com today and check that out. I'm also an affiliate for a few companies like Gear Up VPN and Booster. Amazon, I've got an Amazon store with all kinds of recommendations and links. Leashboss.com for all your pets. Zenny Optical, Cora's Vault, TikTok, and CapCut all can be found in the description below. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. Everything I have just now told you about can be found over on the website comics-and.com. It's also a fantastic way to get a hold of me if you really need to. My DMs are way too overloaded and it's really too hard for me to keep track of. Ask anyone. I'm serious. So check out comics-and.com. You have all of my reviews, all of my special effects looks, all of my looks from my breakdowns, some information, all the information about the channel, and a little bit about myself as well. So comics-and.com is where you go for all of that. Just a reminder, tonight I will be over on Dreaming Tabitha's channel for the art party. You will see me Monday here for your daily dose of Dork, and then over on the Latino Slant with Polly for the Christmas party, Feliz Navidad. And that will be my last stream for about a week or so. A little over a week, because I'm going to take a break for Christmas and New Year's, because not only is New Year's Eve a holiday, but it is my oldest child's birthday, turning 25. I had a baby 12/31/99. That's right. So a lot going on, and I think I've earned a week off. But keep your playlists going. I know it's a lot to ask. Keep your playlists going. Keep commenting. I'm still 200 hours away from that official full AdSense monetization. I was really hoping to get there before the new year, but I don't think it's going to happen, and that's okay. But once we get to that 4,000 hour watch hour mark, 4 viewer winning prizes. We got 3 cards or 3 games from Cards Against Humanity to give away, and an official custom designed comics and hoodie. So I'll be giving all that stuff away as soon as we hit that 4,000 hour watch hour mark. Anywho, guys, be safe, be good, have a good weekend. I'll see you over on Tabitha's channel tonight, and then I'll see you Monday. Until then, Merry Christmas, happy 5th night of Hanukkah, and stay vigilant. Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you.